I love tactical RPGs. I played so many of them and Vandal Hearts was the next one on my backlog to clear, so I jumped in with high hopes as I heard a lot of good things about this game. It is on many must-play lists, but it happened with me a few times that games from those lists did not really stick with me and I abandoned them eventually. But what about Vandal Hearts? Is it still hold its values today? Is it still a good game which you have to play if you love this genre? Let's do the introduction quickly as I'm very excited to tell you everything about Vandal Hearts. Hello fellow gamers out there, my name is Mr. Zolsta, welcome on the Backlog Quest, let's play some tactical RPG. My first impression with the game was that the graphics are quite dated, and to be honest, at the very first few stages I did not really like the pixelated environment. But as I played a few stages, the game hooked me in and the story started to pick up. I'm going to do a spoiler-free review, so don't worry, I'm not going to spoil anything. What was positive for me in the story of Vandal Hearts is that you are not fighting against an evil entity or a god who want to destroy the world. We've seen these cliches many times before, and I'm fine with it, but different direction in the story from the old-fashioned line is always good. As I kept beating each stage, the story and the lore keep opening up, and it gets more and more interesting for me. And throughout the game, there were many twists and turns, and also some mild jaw-dropping moments when something unexpected happened. The characters are lovely, there's a good interaction between them, not just a general boring conversation which you just want to skip all the time. There are funny moments, good humor as well. If you played any tactical RPG before, you are going to be okay with Vandal Hearts. Everything is easy to control, you can rotate the camera, even tilt it, so there are never any hidden areas or struggle with the placement of the cursor, which could happen in a lot of tactical RPGs with fixed viewpoint. It's a big bonus, as it makes the game much easier. A pro tip, turn off the active camera as soon as you start to play it, as it will rotate the viewpoint when a turn ends and it is very annoying. I want to tell you how great the maps are in Vandal Hearts. As I mentioned in the intro, I played many tactical RPGs, so I was not expecting anything new regarding the maps. I was under the impression that I've seen everything before in other games and nothing new awaits me here. But I was wrong, as the developers made some very clever things which adds a ton of variety to the game and an excellent opportunity to try different strategies on the levels. Let me show you some of these creative ideas. Here, you have to cross this bridge to get to the other side and kill the enemies. But there's a catch. After the end of your turn, the last portion of the bridge explodes and the units which are positioned there are going to fall and die. You cannot rush forward much as your units will be slaughtered, so you have to think and plan accordingly. In the next example, we have a village where these evil statues turn the villagers into zombies and you have to save them by breaking the statues. Sounds easy, but the zombie villagers are approaching you and if they hit you, your units are automatically counterattack and kill the villagers with one hit. And if they are dead, you fail the level. So, how do you solve this problem? You have to push a box to a specific spot, then lure the villagers to a spot, then start to move around the village and break the statues. A very clever way to combine some logical puzzles with tactical movement. Well done. Here, you have to kill these guard dogs in a certain amount of turns before they can alert the guards. They can be killed in one hit, so this is not a big deal, but they are running around like a flock of sheep and you have to chase them. This is not an easy task. Eventually I managed to do it after a few tries. It did not frustrate me, which is good. I would hate being delayed with my progress because I'm chasing dogs in a tactical RPG. The last level what I want to show you is this. You have to teleport to a different place and these magic towers must be powered up in a few turns and you have to protect them from the enemies who just keep appearing and destroy the towers with one hit. If all the towers are gone, you're not going anywhere. This level is a very good example of strategic planning. I tried different strategies how I'm going to protect the towers and eventually I found the best way, which was probably not the most efficient, but it worked. There are many more fun levels like these, but I'll leave the rest for you to experience. I just wanted to show you a few examples about how good are these. As this is a tactical RPG, you can level up as you gain experience. This is nothing new, we've seen this in every other game. In Vandal Hearts, you have an option to level up at level 10 and 20 in the town dojo. In this way, your class will change and the character will be more powerful. While you are visiting the towns, you can shop in the local store. Standard stuff, you can buy weapons, armor and items. I noticed two positive things here. First, if you buy an item, you can see straight away how much it will improve the stats of a character. I know this does not sound as a big deal, but I played quite a few old games where first I had to buy an item, leave the shop equip the item, so see how it will affect the character. Here, if you buy the item, you can equip straight away and sell the old item as well in one transaction. Sadly, there is not much variety in weapons, and you cannot buy new ones too often. And the weapons are quite simple. You cannot buy a special sword with poison or ice damage, for example. Same goes for the armors as well. I would love to have these in this game. Okay, these are not serious negative things, but I want to note them. Speaking about buying stuff, you are going to have plenty of money, as after clearing a level, you receive gold after each killed enemy. However, for each of your own lost units, there will be deduction. Money is plenty, and by the time I had to buy new gear, I always had enough gold to afford the upgrades. It's definitely good, as there is no way or need to grind in this game. For me, this is a big plus, as I hate grinding. Okay, let's correct this statement. I don't mind a bit of grinding, but this gear level grinding is definitely not for me. I found Vandal Hearts a not too difficult game. I'm not saying it is easy, as it is not, but not that really hardcore tactical game where you had to think very carefully about each of your actions, otherwise the game punishes you really bad. The difficulty was just perfect for me, to have a great time, not get frustrated, and don't want to give up the game as I was struggling on a level. And I think we can agree that the main point of a game is to have fun and not get annoyed or frustrated. I want to show you a cool and a funny thing. The cool thing is this spell called Phase Shift. It's a very effective spell to cause massive damage in a wide area full of units. This was my favorite spell in the game. Look. The funny thing is, this enemy which attacks you with a burp. And it made me laugh. Have anyone burped so loud that it caused some damage? If yes, I want to hear that. Let's listen to it one more time. This is funny. And there are loads of enemies like this in this level, so when they constantly attack me with the burp, I was said that's cool. Alright, now it is time to talk about the bad things. What are those which I don't really like about Vandal Hearts? There is no probability chance of the hit and the cause damage displayed before executing an attack. This would be useful as sometimes when you really have to kill an enemy and your hit or spell just misses it, it can induce rage in some people. Also, as I mentioned, the weapon selection is quite poor, and the lack of specialized weapons is also a bit of the downside for me. I must say that these are not major negative things, more like some ways to make a good game even better. So what are the positive things which I liked about the game? I really liked the clever level design. It made the game much more fun and interesting. The story itself is also good. The twists and unexpected events also makes the experience even better. The funny conversations between the characters and the good humor is also a bonus point for me. This is subjective, but for the difficulty was just perfect. If you like the more grindy or really challenging games, you might going to find this too easy, but it's still worth to play. So let's do the conclusion. Would I recommend playing Vandal Hearts today? I probably do not even have to say yes 100%. If you like tactical RPGs, go and play it straight away, now. This is the prime example when a good story and gameplay can ignore dated graphics and the few flaws which the game has. This is a classic title which was good when it has been released almost 30 years ago. 30 years ago? Jesus Christ, I'm getting old. Damn. Anyway, this game was good back then and it is a solid title even today. On the prime example, if I'm not starting my backlog quest, I would miss out this title, which would be a shame. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you're not subscribed yet, now it is a great time to do so. Also, the YouTube algorithm has chosen a video for you. It is on the screen now. Check it out. Thank you for being with me here today, and I'll see you in the next backlog quest video.